What's up, everyone? Today is Tear It Open Tuesday, and we got some packages to tear on through that we ordered at the very end of last week. As always, because I order so much off eBay, from reputable sellers that is, I like to still verify and make sure what we got coming in is what we ordered. So we'll start with the smallest package first. This little envelope guy right here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I'm not too excited about this one, but it's worth checking out. At least if I am guessing right what it is. At least it comes in a nice box. Well, I could be wrong. It might be something that I really want. All right. Yeah, these I am a little sketched out about. They are a group of pandas, 2022, and they had a decent amount of reviews. But from what I know about these pandas, they can be forged quite often. Let me open one up so I can inspect some of the key forgery points. Sometimes you need a magnifying glass for this, but also my eyes are pretty good as far as checking out the specific details on these pandas to figure out if they're fake or not. Some of the key things to look for are the pupils, to make sure they're very well defined, and also the fur, not to look pixelated, but to look nice and smooth. All right, I'm already a little worried. It feels a little light. This is what it looks like. Take a good look at that. Let me know what you think. As I look at the pupils, it looks pretty good. And from my point of view right here, the fur as well doesn't seem to be pixelated or rough. It seems to have a nice, smooth, artistic look to it. I wish I had a panda sitting around so I could compare it. I'll do that in just a little bit. But the first test is first. Let me set it right here. This is the easiest test to do, never 100% accurate, but does it connect? No, that's good. Let's see how it slides down. It should, that's good. You want it to slide down a little slowly. Good sign. Does it weigh 30 grams? You got to remember, these pandas are not in troy ounces, they are in grams. 29.9, pretty satisfied with that. Maybe, let me put it over here. Yeah, on a flatter surface, I got right at 30. So that is a good sign, and these should come in on the Sigma verifier as 999. So far, so good. As I look at it again, the key things to look for. One thing I always want to do, keep this magnet very far away from the scale or the Sigma because it can truly ruin some of those machines. All right, let me find the 999 right here, place sample. And that goes perfect inside the box, which is what I want to see. Let me try the other side gently. All right, as well, perfectly. So I'll put it back in the case, and then I'm gonna look at all these other ones, and I'll probably pick one more random one just to check. And I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let me make sure that checks with my order, and I'll let you know who the eBay seller is. So this was sold by Coin Banknote Collection Shop. They have 250,000 items sold, 1.6 thousand followers, and 99.7% positive feedback. So I guess I wasn't taking too much of a gamble on these, but it did take a little longer to ship than I wanted, which had me worried it was shipping from China. That's why I really wanted to put it to the test as far as checking for those key forgery spots in making sure it weighed and tested. So coin, banknote, collection shop, I'm not saying I would or wouldn't recommend them, but I felt it was trustworthy enough for me to buy these pandas off of them. All right, so package number 2. Let's see what it is. I never know. These things always have, strange return addresses, so it doesn't tell you necessarily what eBay shop you bought it from. But the receipt always does. Let me see what she says. Oh, and this one's from RJ Bullion. So, big fan. Bought items from them before. And as always, they seem to have some of the best deals on the Mexican Libertads. And if you've been following this channel at all, which I do recommend you like and subscribe, I am a new channel, and it really helps to have extra followers as I build this content up. But they sell these in bulk pricing at a pretty good deal. I got 25 more from them. Now will it come in as $9.99? Right in the center. That's perfect. And these are just 25 more to add to my collection. And yeah, I'm always happy about that. 2 more to go. Whoever knows what's in these things. Yeah, can't tell from the address. Today is, I think it's the last or second to the last day to celebrate Mardi Gras down here. So I would like to be casting today, but instead we'll be going to the parade as a family, which is always fun too. But, maybe we'll cast tomorrow. All right. So here's another one from JM Bullion. And this one, guys, is one that I have to admit that I did not stay true to the channel name, as I was low on my percentage of stacking gold coins. So what I have here is a gold Krugerrand, 1 ounce, I believe. I'll measure that real quick to make sure. But buying it from JM Bullion, I never have trust issues with them because they put everything through the tests before they ever list it or ship it out. Nice piece of gold, y'all. Now, I do think silver prices will rocket higher than gold percentage-wise here in the future, but gold is something I definitely wanted to try out and at least have a few pieces in my collection because, I was super heavy silver. 1.1 troy ounce. Let's see. And this one I think is like 91% silver. 91% gold, not 999. So let me see. I haven't run gold through this machine yet. There we go. Right in the middle. Perfect. All right. Sorry that it wasn't silver, but I definitely needed to even out my collection to add a little more gold in there just because in the precious metal world, I do believe in diversification. Just, is a smart thing to do. So a few pieces of gold, mostly silver. Now for this last big FedEx box that I had to sign for today. They don't even make me sign for it. They check the driver's license. And I think I got one FedEx worker in trouble, I think, because they delivered something from JM Bullion to a different address and had someone else sign for it at that address, and it was slightly challenging for me to get it back. I haven't seen that driver around since, which is a shame because I really like that driver, but I would not want to be out what I ordered online because it was a, big order for me. Oh, you guys are going to laugh at me all day long, running down the road, because you're going to say, Nose, you're not a real stacker. You're buying all these numismatic coins. And what I would say is that, well, you're right. I am not just buying junk silver, which I do have a ton of, but it's so boring after a while. That's all right. Boring is good. But if your collection is 60% junk silver, for me, that's whenever you have some room to move out of the junk. And also, I got bars for days. I love bars, but at the end of the day, bars will play a role, but they're not always the role I want to play. Let me explain to you why I got these ones. What do you think they are, guys? More pandas. Let me explain to you why I'm a huge fan of the Pandas and the Libertads. I love the way they look, first and foremost. I mean, you could say first and foremost, because secondly, or maybe firstly, with the American policies as they are today, putting tariffs on China, stressing relationships with China, I think that these pandas are going to become more and more hard to come by in America. I think we'll still be able to get our hands on them, but I do think that they and the Libertads will begin to cost an increasing premium. We're putting tariffs on Mexico too, so the peso's rising as well. Not only hedging my portfolio with silver, but hedging my silver portfolio with countries that we're only stressing and growing our relationship further away from. China's a huge one. Mexico, not as huge, but it will have ramifications. So if I can get these now, that's when I want my hands on them before something larger happens and it becomes harder for Americans to get their hands on pandas especially, but also Libertads if they come at a premium or if they're harder to cross the border. So it's a beautiful stack. I'll tell you the eBay seller I bought them from in just a minute because it's by far my favorite eBay seller to buy from. Very trustworthy. The seller is Aiden Coins, an eBay top-rated seller, 5 stars, 99.8% positive reviews. They have sold just over 500,000 items, and they have 23,000 followers. So not bad if you're going to buy something on eBay. Someone, personally, I would recommend always do your own research, but with the numbers that they show, that gives me so much confidence to purchase items from them. So that was the mail that came in from last week. Got it here on Tuesday, and I was happy about the verification of everything. Added a little gold to the stack. I mean, it doesn't take much gold to diversify your silver. So, and those pandas from 2022, I'm going to send one off to get graded just to be sure. That's what I'm working with today. I loved everything I got. I got more pandas than I expected. Let me know if you think my panda strategy is a bad idea. Either way, it's silver. But, as nations collide or divide, I like to invest in what we can get our hands on now, which might be harder to get our hands on in the future. I'm a nose for silver, and you know that nose knows. So thank you so much. We'll have more silver on the table next time, as we always do, and have a good one.